Greetings and blessings to you. Thanks for joining me here on the channel once again. We're studying the lessons of A Course in Miracles, and today we're on lesson number 328. I choose the second place to gain the first. What seems to be the second place is first. For all things we perceive are upside down until we listen to the voice for God. It seems that we will gain autonomy, but by our striving to be separate, and that our independence from the rest of God's creation is the way in which salvation is obtained. Yet all we find is sickness, suffering, and loss and death. This is not what our Father wills for us, nor is there any second will to His will. To join with His is but to find our own. And since our will is His, it is to Him that we must go to recognize our will. There is no will but yours, and I am glad that nothing I imagine contradicts what you would have me be. It is your will that I be wholly safe, eternally at peace, and happily I share that will which you, my Father, gave as part of me. I choose the second place to gain the first. So this lesson is sort of a continuation from yesterday, just how our ego gets us so inverted and confused about life, where we think that we start off flawed and somehow that idea gets planted in our mind. And throughout our life, we're doing all these worldly based things to redeem ourselves and earn respect for ourselves, create this reputation for ourselves. And if you really sit back and look at that, all of that is the ego, every bit of it. Because never once did God look at us and say that we need to improve in any way. God never looks at us and says there's a flaw, not one flaw. We are perfect diamonds, each of us, in the eyes of God. So I love this lesson because it just reminds you that it's okay that you've pursued all these things to sort of prove yourself to be number one, but in truth, it's worth sacrificing those things because you've always been God's number one. And the idea that you could humble yourself to take so-called second place just means that you're willing to allow your will, which you've been placing first, to be quiet and be set aside so that we allow God's will to actually move in our lives. And we have to get ourselves into a state of quiet enough to listen, humble enough to be wrong, and brave enough to just allow and accept what is, forgive ourselves, pray for, support, and encourage each other. And just wait for that sweet little whisper of the Holy Spirit to give you your next important step, because that's going to get us on our true path, which is God's will for us, the path of salvation, the path of peace. And it sounds pretty delicious to me. So enjoy this lesson. I hope everything's going great for you in your life today. I love you dearly, and I'll see you back here again tomorrow.